Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
Tiger Woods didn't see this coming. The man who's seen it all in golf stood frozen, staring at the scoreboard like it just glitched. Because Caitlin Clark, yes, the basketball legend, just shattered golf records and left pros speechless. The crowd, losing it, the media, scrambling for headlines. The question is, how did she even do this? Be honest, if Caitlin Clark joined the LPGA full-time, do you think she'd dominate just like in basketball? Comment your take below. It all started quietly, which makes it even funnier. The RSM Classic Pro-Am was supposed to be a chill, fun event, a bunch of pros, a few celebs, and some casual competition. Nothing too serious. Then someone looked at the player list and saw the name, Caitlin Clark. That's when everything went from calm to chaos. Tickets that had been sitting unsolved for weeks, gone in hours. People weren't buying them for Tiger, not even for the LPGA stars. They were buying them to see her.
About it in a previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
The woman who turned the WNBA upside down was about to try golf, and everyone wanted front row seats. By sunrise, fans were lined up wearing Caitlin Clark jerseys, not golf polos, not caps, actual basketball jerseys. The entire event looked more like an Indiana Fever game than a golf tournament. One announcer even joked, "Welcome to the first crossover of sports history. The basketball meets birdies." Then came the big moment. The announcer's voice echoed through the crowd. From the University of Iowa, now representing the Indiana Fever, please welcome Caitlin Clark. You could literally hear the wind stop. Thousands went quiet. She walked up to the tee box, calm as ever, smiling like this was just another day at practice. But the difference, she wasn't holding a basketball.
WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct.
She was holding the driver. She looked down the fairway, took a breath, and swung. And that sound, pure contact, clean, sharp, and loud enough to make Tiger Woods raise his eyebrows. The ball flew like it had a personal GPS. It landed 270 yards down the fairway right in the middle. The crowd lost it. People were yelling, clapping, some even recording in disbelief. Tiger Woods laughed and said under his breath, "That's the best first swing I've ever seen from a non-pro." Steph Curry, who's actually a solid golfer himself, tweeted almost instantly, "Caitlin Clark might just be better than me at this point." That tweet alone broke the internet. Within minutes, Caitlin Clark golf was trending #1 worldwide. ESPN called her the most natural crossover athlete since Michael Jordan. Golf Digest ran the headline, "Caitlin Clark just changed golf forever." And here's the kicker. She didn't even plan to take it that seriously. According to one reporter, she showed up saying she just wanted to relax and have fun. Yeah, sure. Her version of relaxing is breaking world records.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
And here's the Caitlin Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's
It's been a
good.
lot of fun meeting these young.
Could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I had like bigger. I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses once together. We're doing a fun like funky on that side. There we go. Yeah.
I'm next.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hi,
Allie.
Caitlin.
Nice to meet you.
I said it, the buzz from the players.
Over here, so I'm distracting you.
For
No, y'all are trying to get
has
finished.
been huge.
Somebody take this picture.
By the way,
Thank you.
Allie, an
Ready?
outstanding
Yeah, let's do
point
it.
guard in her own right in
ladies,
Fulton,
here we go. 3, 2,
Mississippi.
1. Hang tight.
All-state
Thanks for
Nice to
being
meet
here.
you.
Yeah. Good luck.
in that sport as well.
While the golf world went crazy, there was another side to this story. Remember those familiar WNBA names who couldn't stop talking about her all season? Aja Wilson, Angel Reese, and a few others? Suddenly they all went quiet. Not a tweet, Not a post, nothing. The same people who accused her of getting too much attention suddenly lost their Wi-Fi when she made history in another sport. Fans noticed too. One person commented, "Funny how Caitlin's breaking golf records and all her so-called rivals turned into ghosts." Another wrote, "They had time to throw shade all year but no time to say congrats?" That silence said more than any statement could. Meanwhile, the LPGA pros were showing her full respect. Nelly Korda, one of the top golfers in the world, walked up to Caitlin after the round and said, "You belong here." Simple words, but they meant a lot. Another player, Maria Fassi, told reporters, "Caitlin's energy is pure. She brings something we've been missing." And that's the difference. In basketball, she was often treated like a threat. In golf, she was treated like a teammate. Now let's talk about the shot that made history. Hole 7, a par 4 that even PGA pros mess up. Caitlin lined up, everyone expecting her to play it safe. But Caitlin Clark doesn't do safe. She swung, and that ball took off like it had somewhere to be. It landed perfectly on the green, rolled and stopped inches from the cup. The crowd gasped. The commentators went silent for a second. Then chaos. People cheering, phones flying in the air, Tiger Woods clapping. She finished the round 13 under par, breaking the previous Pro-Am record. Think about that. 13 under, from someone whose other job is shooting three-pointers. Tiger Woods later told reporters, "That was one of the cleanest, most confident swings I've ever seen from someone outside professional golf. Coming from Tiger, that's no small thing."
Caitlin, that could be in.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Right from the 10 inches away.
No!
Caitlin!
Wow!
Are we sure it didn't go in?
I'm nervous. Is this it? Is this like a we're good? We're gonna call this a birdie?
I don't think so.
No! Yes!
That's huge. Great birdie.
Woo!
Great birdie, great birdie, great birdie.
And then came the business side. Because of course it did. The moment Caitlin Clark's name appeared on the event list, ticket demand jumped 1,200%. Sponsors were calling non-stop. Brands wanted her for golf commercials, apparel deals, even tech partnerships. She reportedly signed multiple new sponsorships within a week. One with a sportswear giant, another with a golf equipment company. Even a streaming service deal to document her training. She literally turned one weekend of golf into $1 million opportunity. Meanwhile, the WNBA looked awkwardly silent. Their season might be over, but the tension wasn't. Fans called them out again. The LPGA knows how to celebrate greatness. The WNBA just tries to hide it. And honestly, they had a point. The golf world understood something the WNBA still hasn't. Caitlin Clark brings attention, money, and fans. You don't silence that, you celebrate it. Caitlin herself handled it perfectly. When asked about the silence from other players, she just smiled and said, "I'm focused on what makes me happy." That's competing no matter what sport it is. Classic Caitlin. Confident, cool, and just a bit savage. Her parents were there too, watching from the sidelines. Her mom told one reporter, every time she picks up something new, she gives her heart to it. Her dad just laughed and said, "We stopped being surprised a long time ago." That line sums it up perfectly. The world might be shocked, but her family isn't. They've seen this movie before. Different sport, same ending. Caitlin walks in, breaks records, and walks out like it's no big deal. Even sports analysts couldn't hide their amazement. One said, "We've seen two sport athletes before, but not like this." Caitlin Clark doesn't just try new things, she dominates them. And honestly, they're right. This isn't about golf or basketball or even fame. It's about someone who doesn't know how to do average. She doesn't chase moments. Moments chase her. But we'll get to that later, because what happened after the event might be the most interesting part of all. The reaction from fans, sponsors, and the sports world in general. After the event ended, Caitlin Clark didn't rush off to celebrate. She stayed behind, signing autographs for kids, taking photos, even giving a few golf tips, which is hilarious considering she just picked up the sport. But that's her charm. She's not pretending to be bigger than the moment. The moment just happens to be huge because of her. Reporters surrounded her like bees around honey. One of them asked, "How did it feel breaking a record on your first try?" Caitlin laughed and said, "I didn't even know what the record was." That's the kind of line that makes headlines. Effortless greatness. No bragging, just facts. While she smiled her way through interviews, the golf world was doing math. Merchandise sales spiked overnight. Pro-Am organizers revealed that Caitlin's appearance brought in more revenue than the last 3 events combined. Sponsors were calling non-stop, saying they wanted her on every billboard, ad, and commercial that had anything to do with women's sports. The craziest part? Golf fans, not basketball fans, were leading the charge. One comment on Golf Digest's post said, "I've never watched women's golf before, but if Caitlin's playing, I'm tuning in." Another said, "Finally someone who makes golf exciting again." That's the ripple effect she has. She walks into a new sport and suddenly people who never cared about it are paying attention, not because she's trying to be flashy, but because she makes competition look fun again. And while the LPGA was celebrating her, the internet was cooking the WNBA. People started posting side-by-side screenshots. LPGA praising Caitlyn, WNBA players posting brand collabs and dance TikToks. The comment section's brutal. One league promotes talent, the other promotes drama. You could feel the shift. For months, the WNBA tried to control the Caitlyn Clark narrative, limiting coverage, downplaying her impact, acting like she was just another player. But now, they couldn't ignore her even if they tried. She wasn't just the face of basketball anymore, she was becoming the face of sports entertainment. And guess who noticed? Tiger Woods. In an interview the next day, Tiger was asked about Caitlyn's performance. He smiled and said, "It reminded me of when I first broke through. Confidence, precision, and no fear. She has it." That's from a man who doesn't hand out compliments easily. A few hours later, photos surfaced of Tiger talking privately with Caitlyn near the clubhouse. No one knows exactly what was said, but sources claim Tiger offered her a private training session, something he rarely does. If that's true, she's officially in the golf inner circle. And then came the big bombshell: endorsements. Within 48 hours, Caitlyn Clark had reportedly signed 3 major deals. One with a golf apparel company, one with a high-end watch brand, and one with a beverage company that wants to make her the face of their new Focus campaign. Combined, those deals were worth over $15 million. Let's put that in perspective. She made more money in one weekend of golf than most WNBA stars make in their careers. And that's not shade, it's just reality. Sports journalists were calling it the Clark effect. One headline read, "Every league wants Caitlyn Clark, and can you blame them?" Meanwhile, fans started joking that she might as well switch to golf full-time. Someone tweeted, "If Caitlyn joins the LPGA, Tiger better start checking his records." Another wrote, "She's going to need a bigger trophy shelf." But behind all the jokes, there's a truth. Caitlyn Clark isn't just good at sports. She's good at winning. She carries that competitive fire everywhere, and it's contagious. Even casual fans can feel it. You don't have to be a basketball fan or a golf fan to enjoy watching her. You just have to like watching someone who makes excellence look easy. As the weekend went on, more athletes started reacting. A'ja Wilson called it amazing. Patrick Mahomes commented, "She's a monster." Even LeBron James reposted a clip of her hole-in-one attempt with the caption, "This girl different." But the silence from certain corners of the WNBA stayed loud. Not a word from A'ja Wilson, not a congrats from Angel Reese. Fans filled their comments with one simple question: why? Some said jealousy, some said pride. Others said they just couldn't handle watching someone else steal the spotlight again. But honestly, Caitlyn didn't need their applause. She had the crowd, the fans, the media, and now the entire golf community cheering her on. And speaking of fans, they're built different when it comes to her. They follow her across sports, platforms, and time zones. When she plays, people show up. That's why even golf organizers are considering more celebrity events with her name attached. Because when Caitlyn's involved, everything sells. One executive was overheard saying, "She's not a guest, she's the main event." He's right. The ratings proved it too. The broadcast of Caitlyn's ProAm appearance got higher viewership than most LPGA finals. That's wild. Golf networks that usually get sleepy Sunday numbers were suddenly pulling in primetime traffic. And the best part, Caitlyn doesn't even act like she realizes how big of a deal it is. She plays, laughs, and waves to fans like it's a friendly neighborhood game. No ego, no drama, just skill and personality. When asked later if she'd consider joining the LPGA full-time, she shrugged and said, "Let's just say I'm keeping my options open." Translation, if she wants to, she'll do it, and probably win. Even Tiger was impressed enough to mention her again. He said, if she ever wanted to take golf seriously, the sport would explode. That's not exaggeration, that's straight fact. And if you think the LPGA didn't notice that, think again. Their marketing team was reportedly already discussing ways to collaborate with her. Exhibition events, charity matches, even golf clinics for young girls led by Caitlyn herself. It's wild how one person can change the energy of a sport overnight. Caitlyn Clark isn't trying to be the face of women's sports. The difference between her and everyone else is simple. She makes winning look normal. Every record she breaks looks like it was supposed to happen. Every achievement looks casual. That's why people love her. She doesn't have to demand attention, it just follows her. And let's not ignore the ripple effect here. Because of her, new audiences are watching women's sports. New sponsors are investing, and younger girls are realizing they can try anything and be great at it. Caitlyn Clark turned one random golf weekend into a movement. She reminded everyone that talent doesn't belong to one sport. It belongs to the person who works hardest, no matter where they play. As one fan put it perfectly, she's not chasing greatness. Greatness is chasing her. Caitlyn Clark didn't just play golf, she changed it. Tiger Woods watched in shock. Fans screamed her name and brands lined up with contracts. She's proof that talent has no limits. Now tell me, should Caitlin switch to golf full-time or keep ruling basketball too? Comment your take, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more.